Welcome back. I'm Wayne Baker, and I'm one of the staff therapists at Affair Recovery. And we're going to finish our series on becoming forgivable by taking a look at some dumb apologies. Dumb apologies not only fail to work, but they usually make forgiveness more difficult, and they'll drag out the process even longer. As I said last week, some of us believe certain myths about forgiveness, and these myths can lead us to use some of the not so helpful apologies. I'd like to point out that this series on forgiveness isn't just intended for couples struggling with infidelity. It's really for every single one of us, regardless of the relationship. But in marriage, if we fail to make amends when we've hurt our spouse, regardless if the fact was intentional, we communicate that we really don't care about them or the marriage. Really, we need three things in our marriage or in long-term committed relationship to feel securely attached. The first is we need to know that we matter to our spouse. And the second is we need to know that our spouse cares about us, and that we also need to know that our spouse will be there for us, and they need to know the same thing about us. These are three touchstones or benchmarks that are foundational to feeling loved by our partner. If our partner does anything in our mind that calls into question any of these three, we will feel unloved and generally react in an attempt to reconnect. Apologies are the key to restoring that attachment and reestablishing our sense of being loved. It's in the repair that we learn so much about ourselves, about our partner, about us in relationship. So this repair, this apology is so vitally important. It doesn't take much for us to feel that sting from this sense of detachment, that sense of being alone, and we have all felt that at times. It can range from something as subtle as coming home late, or not speaking respectfully, or the ultimate betrayal of infidelity. Once we interpret our partner's actions as dismissive, which is one of love's touchstones that we talked about a minute ago, it takes a hit. We'll begin to feel like you don't care. I'm not important to you. You're not going to be here for me. Anything short of reaffirming love's touchstones through the making of amends and the act of forgiveness leaves an ever-growing distance between spouses. And once a wound occurs, you make stupid apologies that make things worse, or you do make a heartfelt apology to help restore your relationship. You judge for yourself. We've collected a list of dumb apologies. Many of them came from a book by Janice Abrams Spring called Can I Forgive You? The Courage to Forgive and the Freedom Not to. So here's what she calls the 2-second apology. I'm sorry. Another one is the sanitized apology. I'm sorry for whatever I did wrong. There's a shirking of responsibility apology, and it goes something like this. I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings. The lack of ownership apology. I'm sorry your feelings are hurt. The perfunctory apology. As I said before, I'm sorry. Then there's the vindictive apology. I'll show you what it means to be sorry. The grudging apology. I said I was sorry. What else do you want? I hear that one a lot. The expedient apology. I know I'm in the doghouse unless I say I'm sorry, so here it is. And then there's the yes but. It's this blame deflecting apology. I'm sorry I did X, but you're no Mother Teresa either. And last but not least, there's the compliant apology. It's I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. If you use any of the above mentioned apologies, you may have just identified why your mate has trouble forgiving you. To be forgivable, you have to communicate that your mate matters to you, that you care about them and their pain, and that you're committed to them. An apology serves as a twofold purpose. First, it overtly states to the victim that the victimizer could desire to ease or erase their pain if possible. In essence, The offender could live the situation in which the violation was perpetrated again. He or she would rectify that damage. And second, it at least covertly serves as a promise to the offended party that the offender regrets the past and will try to interact in a more loving, more safe, and more trustworthy way. Therefore, the apology serves both the victim and the victimizer as a method of promise of restitution for the injustices of the past. Hopefully, we'll learn how to do just that. To learn more about how not to apologize, you can check out another one of our survivors' blog posts. It's called Another Layer of Forgiveness. In it, Samuel has some great insight on how to be safe for your spouse within the context of forgiveness. If you or your spouse are struggling because of more and more mistakes keep getting made while fumbling through recovery, you can find hope in knowing that everyone has made mistakes. Yet healing is still possible. It's 3 steps forward and then 2 steps back for a while. Thousands of people have navigated the critical steps required to walk through their pain and healing in our 13-week EMS online course. And I'd invite you to check it out and consider signing up for it. Thanks for joining me the last 3 weeks on this journey through becoming forgivable. I hope it's been helpful, and just know that we at A Fair Recovery are always here to help you.